America is a land of bright dreams and dark nightmares. For decades, some of the most terrifying nightmares have worn the faces of ordinary people. Neighbors, fathers, delivery men, soldiers, lovers. But behind the mask, evil was at work. Today, you will meet the most feared black serial killers in U.S. history. Men who left a trail of bodies, a river of fear, and a haunting question: how could no one see the monsters among us? Samuel Little, the Confession King. Samuel Little might be the most prolific serial killer in American history, but for decades he drifted through the shadows, his crimes invisible, his victims forgotten. He preyed on the vulnerable, women struggling with addiction, homelessness, or the margins of society. Between 1970 and 2005, he strangled at least 60 women, maybe as many as 93. Chester Turner, the South Side Slayer. In the heart of Los Angeles, Chester Turner left entire neighborhoods paralyzed by fear. Between 1987 and 1998, he murdered at least 14 women, mostly in South Central LA. His weapon of choice, his hands, a telephone cord, anything that would suffocate. Lonnie Franklin Jr., the Grim Sleeper. He killed, disappeared, then started again. Lonnie Franklin Jr., dubbed the Grim Sleeper, murdered at least 10 women over a span of 25 years. But in between, he vanished for 14 years. Coral Eugene Watts, the Sunday morning slasher. He killed for the thrill, not for money or passion. Coral Eugene Watts, known as the Sunday morning slasher, terrified communities from Texas to Michigan. His victims, women he stalked, attacked, and stabbed, always on weekends. Maury Travis, the Hotel Dungeon Killer. Some killers haunt the streets. Maury Travis built his own torture chamber. Between 2000 and 2002, he kidnapped, tortured, and murdered women in St. Louis, Missouri. Cleophas Prince Jr., the Claremont Killer. A handsome athlete with a sinister secret, Cleophas Prince Jr. stalked San Diego in the early 90s, attacking women in their own homes. Wayne Williams, the Atlanta child murderer. Nothing is more terrifying than a killer who preys on children. Between 1979 and 1981, Atlanta was gripped by the disappearance and murder of over 25 black children. Wayne Williams was convicted of 2 murders. Many believe he was responsible for far more. Carlton Gary, the Stalking Strangler. In Columbus, Georgia, elderly women became the targets of a night-stalking killer. Carlton Gary crept through windows, strangled his victims with their own stockings, and vanished into the darkness. Paul DeRousseau, the Jacksonville Strangler. A former soldier with a devilish double life, Paul DeRousseau used charm and access to murder women across Florida, Georgia, and beyond. Anthony Sowell, the Cleveland Strangler. When police entered Anthony Sowell's home in Cleveland, Ohio, the smell told them something was wrong. What they found was worse than any nightmare. 11 women's bodies hidden inside, some decomposing for months. Henry Louis Wallace, the Taco Bell Strangler. He worked alongside his victims, laughed with them, sometimes even attended their funerals. Henry Louis Wallace used trust as his weapon, murdering at least 10 women who were his friends or co-workers. Lorenzo Gilliard, the Kansas City Strangler. A father and husband by day, a predator by night. Lorenzo Gilliard's killing spree lasted 20 years. He strangled 13 women in Kansas City, blending into normal life until DNA caught up with him. And there are others, some still unknown, some never caught. Derek Todd Lee, the Baton Rouge serial killer. Mark Goudreau, the Baseline Killer. Eddie Lee Mosley, Cleophas Cooksey Jr., Charles Edmund Cullen, if disputed. Evil doesn't have a color, it doesn't have a face. It lives in the shadows, behind every closed door, waiting. The men you met tonight walked among us, unknown, unseen, until it was too late. Remember their stories. Remember their victims. Because to defeat evil, we must first dare to look it in the eye.